gonna look at me or are you gonna look at the steering wheel? I have you guys propped up on a hoodie on my thing. I have no idea what I look like. And you know what? I don't care. If I end up not posting today, it's because I'm tired as hell. It's because I'm tired as shit. I slept from like 11 to like 1:30 and then like 5 to 6. Like right before I had like my alarm was gonna go off, I fell back asleep. And I am so fucking tired right now. And if I were not the first appointment of the day, my ass would be rescheduling. Sorry, I was like looking at my reflection. Hopefully I didn't look too weird. If I was not the first appointment of the day, my ass would be rescheduling right now because I'm so fucking tired. And it's so funny because I found out that like Five Below opens at 9:30 and Hot Topic doesn't open until 11, which I think is stupid as shit. But I found out that Five Below opens at 9:30 and all this shit, and I was like, oh, I'll just go poke around Five Below for a little while after I'm done and all this shit. And then like I wanted to get up and do my makeup, not like a full face, but like, you know, some concealer and some fucking eyebrows and a little bit of eyeliner at the very least. And that didn't happen. Bitch, that didn't happen. I got up at 6 and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to brush my teeth and I'm going to wash my face and I'm going to change my clothes and brush my fucking hair for the first time in days. And I've got a half hour to do that. I've got a half hour. I can blast through that, you know, like I can get through that really, really fast. Like I'm going to have so much free time, blah, 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 blah. Bitch, if I did not look up and 30 minutes had passed and I started to paint, I must have been moving very, very slow. I don't know. My neck hair has grown back. I feel it. I just shaved that bitch like a week ago. All right. Anyways, I'm here. I'm here. Oh God, somebody's pulling in beside me. God, as soon as I felt safe to start filming again, this is not gonna get propped. This is not gonna get propped up right again. As soon as I felt safe to film again, the lady on the other side of me jumped back into her vehicle. Now watch, this person is going to park beside me too. People, stop using the parking lot for what it's for. And let me fucking tell you something. I live in an area where people are so bad at vehicles that I thought they were going to hit the car beside me. Sorry. I was like, ooh, bitch. Anyways, it's somebody that has to back into a fucking parking spot. I'm just, okay. Why? Who are you trying to impress? Because you're not impressing me. Nobody? Because you just know how to drive? Okay, whatever. Anyways, I live in an area where people are so bad at driving that it causes you to like question yourself. I can't tell if I'm parked badly or if the person beside me is just parked like an asshole. I'm just trying to like figure out how I'm parked because the person beside me is making me feel like I might be parked like a dick, but then the person that's in front of them is making me feel like I'm not parked like a dick, so I'm not really sure what's happening. But there was something else I needed to talk about. I can't remember what it is. I can't remember what it is now, but guys, when I go to leave here, I have to fucking dart out into one of the most dangerous fucking streets in this state. Somehow, some way. And then because of the location of this place, I'm being forced to go downtown. Like there's no, when I leave here, I can only turn right into fucking screeching metal death traffic one way, literally staring at the stop sign with the giant fucking one-way sign underneath of it. I'm forced to go downtown and then go back uptown to get back to hit the highway to go home. But it's like, all this for what? To find out if there's a fucking tumor on my pituitary gland? And also, I have a question. And I don't know how to Google it. And honestly, I feel like if I did Google it, it wouldn't fucking matter. Because half the time when I Google shit, it doesn't give me the answer that I want. And now their fucking answers are AI generated. So it's just like, here's a couple, a mishmash of like the top articles, and the answer might contradict itself in the answer that we give you. It may make two statements and they may completely fucking contradict themselves in one swoop. But I have to get an MRI on my pituitary gland, which is at the base of your brain. I know I'm going to have to take out my eyebrow ring. I know I'm going to have to take out my nose ring. But do I have to take out the rest of my piercings to get an MRI? That have, like, that aren't in the area that have anything to do with what we're doing. Do I have to do that? Because I don't want to. I hate taking out my Scooty rings. I hate it. I've had them for years. They still hurt to put back in. Also, the last thing I'm going to say before I go inside is that I just am ignoring and trying to ignore the fact that I have to go in here and get an IV. Like, I thought about it on the way here. I was almost here. And I was like, oh my God, I have to go in here and get a fucking IV. I am serious about the MRI thing, though. Because it is on my pituitary gland, which is in your, like, at the base of your brain. Do I need to take everything else out other than my facial piercings? Because I don't want to. I will. Will I? Yes. But I don't want to unless I have to, you know? I don't want to just, like, do it. Sounds like a fucking storm. Oh, it's so cute! It's so little and cute! It's all that fucking noise for that? All that noise for that? What the hell? Okay, I don't even care what I look like. I don't care what I look like. I just woke up. It's almost 3:30 in the afternoon. I actually woke up at 3, but I went downstairs and made sure that the kids in EPS were okay. What could they have potentially been doing? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Anyways, I just napped for like a little over 3 hours. Guys, listen, I got out of the Jeep and I look up and the sign outside of this like medical building that I'm going into says Cancer Center. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Not for me. I'm not scared for me because I know that like different places do different shit. But I'm like, if I would had known. So like suddenly I'm mentally fucking spiraling. There's signs everywhere that's like, no more than 2 to 3 people in an elevator if you can absolutely help it. If you have a hangnail, you need to wear a mask. Keep us all healthy, keep us all safe, all this stuff. And I'm like going through this checklist in my head. I slept in these leggings last night. This shirt is like what I affectionately call half clean, meaning like I wore it for a little bit, but it didn't feel like long enough for me to like rewash it, which I do that all the time. If I only wear a shirt for a couple of hours, I won't wash it. I'll just put it in a basket. It's half clean to me. And then I'm like, oh my God, I wish I had my hand sanitizer. I wish I would have washed my hair. Like, I was like, oh my God. Oh, I felt horrible. It's just because, like, I know when it comes to serious diseases, like, a lot of times people pass and it's not of that disease. It's of something happened and their body couldn't fight it because of, you know, the main thing that they were dealing with. And I'm like, oh my God. Anyways, I get in there and I go up. I was in a room with people getting chemotherapy. I felt like an asshole. Like, I know I have really bad anxiety, but I was like, I wish I would have washed my hair. I know I have really bad anxiety, but like, I don't know. I was in there by myself for the majority of the time because my appointment was at 7:30, but I went inside at 7:15 because like I didn't realize how small the place was and how empty it was. Because in my head I'm thinking it's going to be super, super busy like a hospital. No, they try to keep like minimal people in the hospital because of things like germs and they don't want anybody to get sick. And here's my fucking ass trotting in my fucking half dirty clothes, hair unwashed, no hand sanitizer. I mean, there was hand sanitizer everywhere and I did use it, but that's not the point. Guys, I went into this whole thing like this is stupid. Like, I was literally texting Epps and I was like, all this because I dared to say I think that I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. My confidence is now gone. My confidence on all of it is now, it's now gone. I hope I don't have Addison's disease. I will say that much. I hope I don't have Addison's disease. I hope I don't have Addison's disease. If I do, it's good that I know, because if you don't do anything about it, it can, it is one of those things. It's like my lung disease. My lung disease doesn't have to be serious. It also doesn't have to be deadly. But if you don't know that it's there and if you don't treat it, then it can be. It's one of those things that's like, you know, I have to wonder why, you know, I don't know about anybody else. When I like was younger, and what do I refer to like years ago, like as when I was younger? When I would get blood work done, I would know about it for days, By the time that I got home, I had all of my blood work back. My initial draw, the 30-minute draw, and the 60-minute draw, they had all come back. My pituitary gland is, bitch, what the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you even trying? Are you even trying at this point? I am gonna bet that they're gonna tell me that I'm gonna have to wait until the 24th to know anything, though I do know that the MRI on my pituitary gland is to see if there's a tumor on it. That is like, because I have high everything. I have high testosterone, I have high progesterone, I have high estrogen. I think it's to see if there's a tumor growing on it that is causing it to like rapid fire out hormones that it shouldn't be. I'm not making enough cortisol, like in response to stress. My poor body, I swear to you. If it's not fucking one thing, it is a whole ass other. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people that had a not so good childhood and like grew up in poverty and like constantly stressed out and stuff that deal with a lot of health issues. I feel like it's pretty normal for that shit to like break your body down. Doesn't mean I want to deal with it. Doesn't mean that I want to fucking deal with it. All right, I think I'm gonna go though, because I want to go downstairs and bug the kids, and I kind of want to bake a cake or make a brownie or something, and I am fucking starving. Because I had to leave out of there and pull onto that busy ass street. By the way, I accidentally cut somebody off and it was like really bad. And I know you're never going to see this, but I'm sorry. Listen, the windows in my Jeep are like problematically small. They're like problematically small. Like, I can't believe whoever designed that fucking Jeep was like, you know what, let's put like ship size, like the like, you ever seen like ships on boats, you know, in the bottom, the windows are tiny, so you can just see it. That's the fucking windows in my Jeep. That's the windows in my Jeep. And let me tell you something, bitch. Beggars can't be choosers when it comes to vehicles. I did not see this person at all. In fact, had they not, like, they were so in my blind spot that had they not beeped at me, I wouldn't have even known that I cut them off. If you see this, and I know that you won't, I'm sorry. And also, like I was talking about earlier, I live in a fucking area where people are so bad at driving, just doing basic things, parking, merging, using their fucking blinker. Nobody knows who has the right of turn. Nobody knows whose turn it is to turn at any given fucking time. And it starts to rub off on you. You start to be like, do I have the right of way? And by the way, I was not parked like an asshole. I was not parked like an asshole. It was everybody around me. I was only slightly. I was in the lines. Okay, I'll say that much. I was in the lines. The people where I live have a very bad tendency of like pulling into parking spots and taking up like 25% of the parking spot in front of them. Usually the approach I take with, or behind them, the approach I take with parking is I pull through if I can. Like I find two beside each other that are empty and just pull through. And so when I leave, I can just drive forward instead of having to back out. Listen, once you've been hit in a Walmart parking lot by somebody that's backing out and not paying attention at all, they had to have not been paying attention at all because I'm fucking giant. Look at me. And I wear all black. Once you've been hit in a Walmart parking lot by somebody backing out, you suddenly will become very paranoid of being hit in a Walmart parking lot. Like, I don't know. All right, guys, I'm going to go because I need to eat. I came home and I shoveled in a little mini bag of Cool Ranch Doritos because that was what I was saying. I was going to stop and get food, but then like I accidentally cut that person off and the traffic was so bad. I was like, I'm not. And the only option was what was right there because after that I was hitting the highway and there's no fucking food on the highway. So I just said screw it and I drove home and I shoved in a little tiny like snack size bag of Cool Ranch Doritos and I fell the fuck to sleep. And now I'm absolutely so. And and that's another thing. That nurse was lovely. She was great. She was beautiful. She was wonderful. I don't think she believed me that I didn't eat. Because she asked me if I didn't eat. Have you had anything to eat or drink since midnight? And I kind of looked at her for a second because I had water. I had some water. To take my birth control, I had a little bit of water. And I was like, no, I didn't have anything to eat, but I did take my medicine. Like I did drink enough water to take my medicine. And she was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And she's like, you know, when my patients lie to me, I can kind of tell because they look like a kid that, you know, ate something that they weren't supposed to eat and they don't want to tell you because they think that they're going to get in trouble. But one time I had this one girl, she came in and she tried to tell me that she didn't eat, and then she suddenly confessed that she had a bite of donut. No, wait, she ate 2 donuts. And I had to tell her, you shouldn't lie to me because if you ate something, you're going to have to redo this test. Your results aren't going to be accurate, and I can't promise you that your insurance is going to pay for it twice. I quit eating hours before I was supposed to. Just because I thought I was going to be, like, I planned it out and I thought I was going to be asleep. I didn't know that I was going to fucking just, like, wake back up and then have trouble falling back to sleep because I cannot sleep when I'm hungry. I didn't know that. But I was just like, yeah, that's a really goofy thing to do. But I have to fast for blood work all the time. And then I was, like, joking about how I almost ruined my fast, like, 13 times because I did. It was not that long ago I had to get blood work done. And I kept, like fucking it up. Like I would wake up and just like automatically like drink coffee or like eat something, and I ended up having to put off getting it done for a really long time. And I woke up, I fell asleep and I woke back up and I just kept thinking, man, when it's time for me to leave, I'm gonna go through Tim Hortons and I'm gonna get me coffee. You can't. I have to like remind myself, don't fuck it up, or I will. And I, a lot of times do. And I made a joke about it. And it's like, I'm sorry that you don't believe me, but I kind of feel like I'm going to cry and it's going to be blood. And also, like, I could go outside and rip a tire off of a vehicle and just eat it like a gerbil. But I did it. I got it done. I've got my results. But I'm going to go downstairs because I want to see what Epps wants to do for dinner. And I also would like to bake something and all of that stuff. There's something else I want to do. I can't remember what it was. But I'll see you guys tomorrow.